Sony has unveiled a new video, programmable state of play, that will keep fans in the loop with updates and announcements from the world of PlayStation. The first episode will air on March 25th across Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, and will showcase a variety of upcoming PS4 and PS Vita titles with new trailers, new game announcements, and new gameplay footage. If you are thinking the format sounds awfully like a Nintendo Direct or Inside X presentation, that's because it is, and it's a development that means all three main players in the console space are now content to drip feed fairly major announcements and news all year round. It perhaps also explains why Sony will not be present at E3 2019. With the company last year, it was pulling out of the annual trade show to search for inventive opportunities to engage the community. Microsoft, however, will still be in attendance, and Nintendo will continue its recent tradition of hosting a flagship Nintendo Direct stream, as opposed to a full-scale press conference. With regards to future State of Play episodes, Sony has not announced any concrete dates, but promised the show will return throughout the year. Escape from talk of developer Battlestate Games has issued 47 DMCA claims against YouTuber Erratic over spreading incorrect information and expressing overall negativity about their game. This is not the first time DMCA notices have been used as a way for developers to remove content that express a particular view, with FIRAWATSNHDEVELOPACAMPO issuing a takedown last year, albeit under different circumstances. This is pretty notable, as it seems most DMCA notices usually revolve around piracy, copyright, or unfair use of content for monetization, not over false information. As reported by Polygon, Battlestate Games claims they had no other choice but to file a takedown against Erratic for reportedly uploading inaccurate video, claiming that user information, including passwords and personal information, had been leaked from the company databases. The studio claimed the misinformation was damaging to the company. The reason why we acted so strong and so quick is that we had to stop this misinformation about the data leak, a representative of Battlestate's public relations team told Polygon. The videos are no longer available on YouTube, following the claims. Andrew Opticus since tweeted explaining that at least 47 of his videos have DMCA claims against them. Battlestate claims they were justified in filing all these claims because of negative hype being expressed in the videos. However, it's worth noting that BATTLASTATEKNEW only 2 of Erratic's videos contain rumors of a security breach. The other 40 plus videos it filed DMCA claims against were pulled because of their tone. We had to use this tool in order to stop the wave of misinformation going forward, rather than issuing DMCA claims in the future. The Battlestate representative slightly will employ more traditional lawsuits for things like defamation instead. It's not about making content, they continued. It's about false accusations. It's about lies. It's about misinformation. We do not want to scare off anybody. It was applied to only this person, and only in this case. Bayonetta producer and Bayonetta 2 game director Yuzue Hashimoto have left Platinum Games. Hashimoto broke the news on Twitter, with the announcement coming just a couple of days after Nintendo confirmed Bayonetta 3 was still in development. During its latest Nintendo Direct, it's unclear why Hashimoto chose to leave Platinum after 13 years. But the veteran developer suggested he will not be hanging up his hat. The memories I made during my 13 years at Platinum, working with dozens of talented individuals on Bayonetta, Bayonetta 2, and Star Fox Zero are priceless to me. Tweeted Hashimoto. Let me take this opportunity to share my thanks with anyone who has worked with me, supported me, played my games. I hope to take the experiences I gained at Platinum and use them on whatever I work on in the future. Humble Bundle has launched a break into the game industry by CRC Press, a bundle of game developer-focused books that aim to assist game developers in the early days of their trade. The bundle itself the product of a partnership between Humble and the publisher CRC Press, and offers paid digital books across 3 different price tiers, with a portion of the proceeds benefiting a charitable cause. All of the offerings cover a range of disciplines, ranging from design and programming to UX, marketing, and more. The basic $1 level comes with 5 books on topics like character and environmental design, while the $8 and $15 tiers each add 6 and 7 books, each to expand on art, writing, and more. A full list of the titles up for grabs can be found on Humble's website, all of which are up for grabs from now until February 18th. As with past Humble bundles, purchasers have the option of giving any or all of their payment to benefit charity. This time around, that charitable benefactor is the Girls Makes Game Scholarship Fund, which aims to provide financial assistance to girls interested that might not otherwise be able to attend the program's camps or workshops. 18 months ago, we started working on the production of our first independent video game, Bury Me, My Love. If you have not heard of it, it's a text message-based interactive fiction that tells the story of Noah, a Syrian woman who decides to leave her war-torn country. She wants to reach Germany, and she has to make this dangerous journey alone, as her husband Majd cannot come with her. You'll play as Majd, even though he, as a character, has his own personality, and you have to provide now with advice and support. All this through text messages. Selfies and emojis only. This is what I call a reality-inspired game. A fiction directly derived from real events and, in this case, from interfaces we are used to using. Bury Me, My Love's production was sometimes easy, sometimes a complete mess. We made mistakes, overlooked things, and learned a lot. So I figured I'd share our experience, as it might be useful to others. Keep in mind, it was our first project as indie devs. There's just one thing you should know before I start. In the game, almost every decision you make may have an impact on one or more of the 3 variables that define your state: her romantic relationship with Majd, her money and her morale. For this bit, I will leave money and love out of the equation. They could be the subject of 2 separate articles, and focus on morale only. Let's say I start with a good 60 morale points, as nowadays in the game. Here we go. After reading a very touching article in Le Monde, the journey of a Syrian migrant as told by her WhatsApp conversations, I decide to make a game about how migrants communicate with their loved ones when they are on the road. But obviously, I will not be able to tackle such a delicate topic without getting help from people who know the situation very well. So I get in touch with the Mondas journalist, Lucy Solier. Lucy is not at all familiar with video games, but after I explain what I have in mind in detail, she agrees to introduce me via WhatsApp to Dana, the Syrian woman from the article. Dana is immediately enthusiastic. She thinks a game could be a great medium to tell the stories of people like her. Lucy and Dana accept to be part of our editorial team. and I feel that with their help, we will be able to write a believable story. Morale 5. I get in touch with people I know to ask them whether they do like to join in. Pierre Colbini, a great writer. He knows how to write dialogues that feel genuine and has a former journalist, which is important for this game's topic. Paul Joannon's not XP in game development, and worked at French newspaper liberation until he decided to quit. Quite recently, for the interface design, I'd like to find people who worked on apps before in order to get a WhatsApp look, and I know just the right team for that. Fizz, and the artist, Matt Ducadit, has worked with Paul before.